Good afternoon and welcome to this Heroes half hour or so. I'm Hammy, this is FailCraft Casts, hope you're well and good. So it is Chen week at this point in time. We're still in technical alpha for Heroes of the Storm, the lovely and splendid Blizzard MOBA in development. So today we're going to be taking a look at Chen. So Chen, the Pandaren hero, familiar to World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria players. If you're not familiar with Chen, he's an elder, a wise man travelling the country. Does like a little bit of brew in the Warcraft universe. So you can see his big brew keg on the left there. But do not take him for a fool. He has some very dangerous abilities and he can certainly be a big tanking force for your team in Heroes of the Storm. So in our hero introduction guide, what we do is jump in firstly, take a little look at the hero in try mode, which is really nice in Heroes of the Storm. You can try a hero even if you don't own him or her or it, for example, and then having learned a bit about the abilities and sort of sussed out a bit from a new player perspective how Chen may play, we're then going to jump into a game and show you him in action. So without further ado, let us jump into Heroes and we're going to jump into try mode. So let's go to the shop, and in the shop we're going to grab Chen. So this is Chen. Chen.
Welcome back, friend.
Welcome back, friend, with his little twitching ears. And as Lud has showed, you can spin people in the Blizzard shop and they get dizzy. So Chen is a warrior. He's a melee warrior, unsurprisingly. And Chen's style is very up close and personal as a result. So if you're not familiar with MOBAs or heroes, warrior type classes generally revolve around being in the thick of the action, as I get myself a bit of appetizer, in some fashion or another. So what warriors do is get in the middle of the action. Now some of them will be buffers, debuffers, you know, they'll be very good at buffing their team, giving their team better abilities, or perhaps giving the opposing team disadvantageous, worse abilities, slowing them down, making them do less damage, and similar. Warriors can also be tanky. They can be a big focus. They can take a lot of damage. They might not do so much damage themselves, but they can take a lot of damage. A very valuable trait. Warriors can also be initiators.
My brew is getting warm. I hate it when that happens.
My brew is getting warm. I hate it when that happens. I do like the way his ears are twitching. So warriors can also be tanky, taking damage, and then also being a focus, either whether it's for minions or whether it's for the enemy team. So there's nothing wrong with being a tank. You can initiate, jump in and start fights, and then take a bit of damage, maybe slow down enemy heroes and similar. And then also some tanks can be damagey, DPSy. You can roll yourself as a DPS type character and do a bunch of damage, so cause some trouble there. So we're going to take a look at Chen in play mode and we're going to see what kind of stuff he can do. So I'm just going to quickly tweet out that we're live and doing this, and then we're going to get stuck right in. Okay, so let's jump firstly into play mode. So
I hate it when that happens.
So let us jump on in and we will look at Chen's abilities, we'll level him up, show you a few of the abilities, and then we'll jump into a game. So we're going to jump into our favoured situation where we have Malfurion on our team as always, and we're going to be fighting the poor Arthas. You always have Malfurion as your ally.
Or was it this way?
And Arthas is the poor enemy bot that you sacrifice a bunch. So let's just quickly review Chen's basic abilities and heroic ability. So flying kick number one, it's a damage, and note that Chen uses brew. His blue bar in the bottom left is brew, not mana. We'll talk about that mechanic in a bit. Flying brew. Ability 1, kick through target enemy doing damage. Now note the through. You do not stop against the enemy character model. When you hit it, you go through a little bit of direction. Say for example I see an enemy hero fleeing and I kick them and I go through them, and then I suddenly see on the other side of them there's a whole other bunch of enemy heroes. Yeah, you want to be careful when you're using flying kick, but at the same time you can use it to your advantage to close distance and similar things as well if you want to. That is flying kick. Number 2, keg smash. You throw a keg. As you can see here, you can see the radius that we can cast in. If I just click, there goes the keg. Ale all over the floor. Brew, sorry. You smash it, it does some damage, and then does a little bit of drenching. So enemies get covered in brew. That slows them down by 25% at base level for 2.5 seconds, and you can talent that effect up. So that combos nicely into 3. Breath of Fire. Breathe a cone of flames, dealing 39 damage. Enemies soaked in brew are set on fire, dealing 39 damage over 3 seconds. So you'll do damage, but if you've soaked your enemies in brew beforehand, then you're going to be doing more damage as a DOT, a dot damage over time, and that can be talented and changed too. And then last but not least, we have the heroics. Now I'm going to quickly show you the 2 heroics. quickly level our Chen up to 10. And this is why try mode is such a great thing. Ignore these traits, we'll go through them as we level shortly. So I've gone for number 1, Wandering Keg. You can jump inside a barrel, you can gain a big shield and then roll towards the cursor, and that means that it follows your cursor, which is hilarious fun, dealing 80 damage to enemies in the way and knocking them back. Lasts for 5 seconds or until the shield is broken. What does that look like? Rolling barrel. So you want to roll that over enemies, do damage, and then the shield breaks. So that is number 1. Now if we reset our level, we're going to take and show you heroic ability number 2. Let's get out there. Okay, number 2 is, and again we will go through these, Storm, Earth and Fire.
Let's go.
So Storm, Earth and Fire lets you split into 3 elemental spirits, each with 50% of your health, and enables 2 new leaping attacks for you. So Storm attacks at range for 80 damage, Earth attacks slowly for 50 damage, slows enemies by 25%, and then Fire attacks quickly for 28 damage. What does that look like? Well, here we go. Boom, 3 spirits. So we've got Earth, Wind and Fire, that's not what they're called. Triple attack, order the spirits to smash a point, dealing 50 damage per spirit and slows enemies, so that's a nice damaging finisher. And then you've got Split Up, which lets you jump away. Let's say if everyone is in trouble, or if there's area effect damage going on, then that will let you get everyone separate, meaning that they're not going to take damage or similar. You can confuse your enemies with all this going on as well. And then suddenly you can jump in like so, and do loads of damage. That can be talented at level 20 to give a cool effect as well. So those are Chen's abilities, firstly, in a nutshell. A very, very quick summary, just seeing how they can work in a general sense. Let's just do a quick little bit of leveling up and show you it against bots. I thoroughly recommend this if you're playing a hero for the first time. Take it into practice mode, play against the computer, and have a lot of fun with that kind of thing. So you can really, really get used to all of the different abilities that are going on. So we'll just run through the various different talents and have a little look at how you could play Chen in a few different playstyles. So as you've seen, Chen can initiate, Chen can also damage, and he can probably tank a little bit, but he's got some interesting debuffs as well. So increased damage of Flying Kick, so that's really an offensive option. Increased slow of Keb Smash, that's really a debuff option. Slowing your enemies down. Consuming Flame, that does more damage for your Breath of Fire, so if you ignite things then you'll be doing more. And then Regen Master, a generic one, get more sustain. So if you grab the globes, then your health will regen a bit more. So we'll take something arbitrarily. Next up, increasing maximum brew. It is worth at this point talking about fortifying brew, Chen's trait. Now, Chen does not fire off mana, he fires off brew. Now note that if I'm sitting here with Chen, I use a few abilities, there we go, you can see that my brew is not regenerating. It's not like mana, it's not going to regenerate on its own. Brew gives you 30 brew and 520 shields per second, up to a maximum of 1560 while drinking. Now I quite like this because, you know, Chen is a brewmaster, he likes a little drink of brew, so you need to forever be as Chen, sitting here and chugging away like this. You can see I'm gaining my shield, I'm protected, I've got myself up, and that cooldown is pretty much immediate, so I can do that, chug, 5-second cooldown, and I can be casting my abilities like so, and then suddenly I can chug again, and you can see I have to be continuously chugging as Chen to manage my health as a resource. You can see that blue bar on the top of my yellow, I get a bit of additional shield as well. So there you go, comboing together, Keg Smash into Breath of Fire, and then, of course, chugging away. So maximum brew means you've got a slightly bigger ability mana pool, whatever you'd like to call it, to deal with. Chug will actually mean that your brew is generated twice as fast, which can also be quite handy. Amplified healing, all healing effects being increased, a general one. And then deep breath increases the size of Breath of Fire. So let's just see how much bigger. Wow, you can see a big radius there, or a big fiery breath. So Chen, with some of these, like for example that Breath of Fire trait, could also be quite an effective jungler. By jungler I mean that he can come into the middle of the field in a 3-lane map, clear camps and be removing objectives. Let's say on Haunted Mines, he could go into the mines on his own and be very, very effective when talented and leveled up at clearing skull camps to get the skulls for the golem. Next up, Swift Reflexes, dodge hero attacks, a generic there. Flying Kick roots target, that makes Flying Kick into an excellent initiating ability, so Chen can now start initiating, starting fights, slowing down enemies, picking out enemy team members for your team to damage and burst down. Ring of Fire, create a boiling aura after using Ring of Fire, so that's again another jungling talent, and if we just take a quick look at that in action, we've got a burning aura around us, we'll be doing damage to people around us, burning enemies around you, that will let us clear camps even better. Increase shields from Brew, gain bonuses based on current level of Brew, and that is quite an interesting trait too. While at or below 50 brew, regenerate an additional 25 health a second, while at or above 50 brew, gain 50% movement speed. So you control really the level of your brew. If you're using abilities, you're losing brew. If you are using your trait, you're gaining all of your brew back. So you can control your brew level to decide whether you're going to regen health or whether you're going to run away a bit more quickly. So if I wanted to run away from the enemy, I might quickly guzzle some brew and then run away. If my health is low, I might fire a few abilities and then try and run away and regen my health. So that lets Chen manage his sort of status and his abilities whilst in the field. Lets him manage his regen in a lot of different ways. We've already looked at our funny ultimates, so we'll just do another one with a keg from the front of it. Yeah, so fun. And we'll see that in devastating action later. Next up, level 13, Brew Strike. Reduce cooldown on brew soaked targets. So if you throw brew around, you can then start throwing kicks around like there's no tomorrow. Throw some brew, start kicking everything you see. Touch of Honey, increased keg smash slow again, so you can really slow your enemies down. That's great for enemy debuffing. If Chen is in the middle of the action, you can really basically root people and let your team get caught up for the kill. And of course, don't remember Flying Kick. You can get into range with Flying Kick and then slow down the enemy with a Touch of Honey or your Kick Smash, of course. So Chen's initiating abilities come into together nicely with Q and W, and you can talent them to be even better. Enough to share. Fortifying brew shields nearby allied heroes, continuously generating shields, maybe building Chen as more of a buffy, debuffy character. Last drop, abilities cost no brew after drinking. So if I drink for a full duration, I can then throw out loads of abilities quickly, and of course as a jungler, or as claiming camps, or trying to clear my lane of minions, that will be very useful. And then relentless, half duration of disables.
Let's go.
Combination attack. Bonus damage on the next basic attack after using Flying Kick. So again, throwing around combos, being a bit of a Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee style, throwing lots of kicks around absolutely everywhere. Combo that with the decreased abilities on the decreased cooldown from the last talent on Bruce targets, and your kick is going to be flying around very, very quickly around a lot of enemies indeed. Keg toss, a bigger kick smash range. You can see that range was quite close. A bigger range will of course be helpful. Combustion, beg my pardon. A damage to a brew-soaked enemy increased, an ability. Damage is taken ability immediately instead. So as opposed to a dot, you can then soak with brew and immediately do a lot of damage. Quicker clearance speed. If you're jungling, if you're in a big team fight, quicker damage rather than waiting for the damage to take effect. Combat stance, shields from brew last longer. So I like the look of, let's take a look at Keg Tossed. You can see that Keg Toss's range.
I think it's time for some brew.
I need some brew. There we go, and you can see, wow, look at that increased Keg Toss range. That is a huge range. So compared to the small circle before, I can really reach out to people in Keg Toss there. So I could even Keg Toss them and then do a Flying Kick rather than Flying Kick and then Keg Toss. Resurgence of the Storm, res on death more quickly, get back into the action, teleport, 2 generics there, and then the 2 upgrades at level 20 as you always have to your heroic ability. So untapped potential, your rolling Wandering Keg has longer duration, and then if you hit any enemies you move faster. And then Elemental Conduit is quite cool, so if you hit some of those 3 spirits that we saw earlier, then if you use an ability you get one of them to fight for you for a short period of time, 5 seconds with a 9-second cooldown, so that will increase your general output and damage. So that is Chen in a nutshell. How can we build him? We can build him very, very high damage. We can build him to be a really good sort of team support and working with his team in a cool way. And we can also try and build him as a bit of an initiator, a bit of a tanky character who can jump in and do a chunk of damage. So, without further ado, we have taken a look at Chen and his abilities, as we always should. We have taken a look at him in practice mode. Next up, we're going to move away from Nova and Chen. We're going straight into battle into Versus. Now, I've played a few warriors before. I am no expert when it comes to MOBAs. However, for purposes of this episode, a bit of play and learn, I'm jumping straight in. So when you are playing ladder, should you be playing with teammates that you know, I would very much recommend that when the full game is out that you absolutely practice your heroes a huge bunch and get used to them before jumping yourself into any competitive game, because we're in alpha, this is testing, so I feel a little bit better about doing so. A little bit of downloading going on. Do you remember I'm on a work connection because it's a lunchtime stream. We're doing a little bit of wireless streaming, so I hope that the connection is all well and good. If there is any lag or anything, remember it is my connection, it is not Heroes of the Storm. They've actually introduced some more local servers around the world, so it is getting a lot closer to sort of the infrastructure of supporting games. And yeah, when I'm hardwired in generally, and even when I'm on a 3 or a 4G mobile connection, the connection is fabulous. Very eagle-eyed spotted Lud. I think you might have saw some new modes there. So this is the new play screen. It's the new launcher screen that got introduced from the last patch just a couple of days ago as well. And I think it looks really smart. You can see a couple of modes. There was a match mode one, but it's the kind of mode you would expect the game to have eventually, but they're not available in the alpha. So you can see them as logos, but they are greyed out. So when we had Chen, we were searching a versus. Oh, and that was quite a quick exit. There we go. We have Diablo, we have Nova, we have Kerrigan, and we have Tassadar. So Diablo, of course, being another warrior, we've got a lot of tanky warriorness. We've got Nova as our assassin, long-ranged, deadly ghost. We have Kerrigan, who's a melee assassin, getting up close and personal, and finally a support in Tassadar. Tassadar is perhaps a slightly more damage-based support, but with his walling shield, he can also do a lot of things. So because we have Diablo, I think I'm going to try and take Chen, a bit more of a damagey, melee warrior-y sort of farmy build, because we're also playing Haunted Mines. Now this was one of the scenarios I mentioned earlier, which will be a bunch of fun. So Chen has got a really good area clearance. So what I'm going to build Chen as is I'm going to build him as a character who can do some good damage in a team fight, who's got good regeneration, and who can go into those mines and start farming skulls very, very quick.
Choose a talent.
Okay, so first one, remember also that because I'm just starting this hero, you need to level up just a couple of hero levels before you can get all the talents, so this may actually limit me a bit, but rest assured when I've leveled up a couple of levels, and that doesn't take too much time to level up your hero's level outside the game. So every game you play, you earn XP, that XP goes towards your hero's level as well as your overall player level. And you unlock these very, very early on. It's probably like level 2, it's a very low hero level. So I'm going to go for increased slow, that's more of a player fighting talent. I'm going to go for increased damage on flying kick. Because I'm a warrior, I'm quite happy to be supporting Nova. We've got Diablo and a support up there. So I'm going to go in with our other supports and see how we go. First up, I'm going to be quickly grabbing this watchtower, making sure that we can see what's going on. There we go, watchtower grab, the enemy team will have grabbed theirs. We have a team fight already breaking out at the top. I'm going to go and get involved there, see if I can keg smash into flying Brew and similar. Okay, I've just keg smashed my own Diablo, but I'm going to hide in the bushes, they know I am here. And the 2v2 at the bottom there, 2v3, it's all kind of safe, right. Kick smash goes down, flying kick goes down. I'm then going to fire breath, that puts the dot on Arthas, and we can chase him up, but alas, because we're low level, it's not going to do enough to remove him. So I'm then going to go and take this watchtower. What that will do is, hot sauce Diablo is coming with me. So we're going to grab the watchtower. Ooh, Kerrigan, minion death Kerrigan. Oh, be careful. So grabbing the watchtowers is always good. Remember that in games like this, the more that your team can see, the more advantage you have. So, okay, I'm going to swing around the bottom. They're going to know I'm here. We've got Muradin and Tyrande in the bottom lane. So, coming to pressure. So, down goes my barrel into a flying kick. And then, because I don't have enough brew, and remember, I've got to keep chugging brew. So, there you go. I'm going to take this opportunity to chug up brew. There we go. So,
the mines will open shortly, heroes. Soon the
okay, so also note that there's been a slight change. If you're new to Heroes of the Storm, this won't be new to you, but there was a trend in Haunted Mines of people to really try and take minion camps. There were a lot of minion camps. Now there's actually only 2. There's 2 easy ones there, and 2 easy ones and 1 hard in the middle. So you would find at this point, with a short period of time to go before the mines open, people would really farm up. There were 2 approaches you could effectively take. Some people would just go and grab all of the. There we go. Or I've been stunned. That's not good. Let's got to get some fire down. Do a flying kick. You can see that they're probably going to run, and we've hopefully managed to drive them out the mines. So let's go, and you can see that our team are going to start farming these skull type dudes. Now remember, of course, look at me. I'm forgetting to drink my brew. Keep telling me to drink my brew in the chat, guys. Haunted Mines mechanic, you go into the mines when they open, you farm these and kill these groups. And when 100's worth is gone, then the skull golem is summoned, and then the depending on the amount of skulls that you've harvested. You can see in the bottom right here how the harvesting is going. Then your golem will be stronger correspondingly. So you want to make sure that you are farming a lot of skull golems. And you can see that I'm dying and I need to drink some more brew. Okay, next up, increasing maximum brew or brew. I think brew needs to grant brew twice as fast as I can get for this. Now there has also been a little tweak. I'm just going to have to sit here drinking my brew. Oh, this is not good. Oh, I see. Now that is Chen down. Now I was a little bit not watching what was going on here. You can see that Skullwise are broadly ahead, but they've got a gank on us. Okay, outmanned. As it's early in the game, we are actually not too bad on levels, but you can see that a death in the early game, you can see lots of hero kills going down, and that's actually meant that our opponents are way ahead of us in hero level. Now why does hero level matter, or team level? Well, team level matters because basically if they get to level 10 before us, then they will have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to using their ultimates. They will have their ultimate abilities or their heroic abilities, and we will not. So at this point in time, I think it's probably a good idea for us to grab some mercenaries. Our golem is stronger, but only slightly, 54 skulls to 46 skulls, so there's probably a good point for us to try and grab not only leveling up to get our hero level back together, but also grabbing some mids. So I'm going to test Chen's ability when it comes to jungling now. So what we're going to do is grab up, we're going to put a brew down, put a dot on them, and we're going to start jumping around. Now note that it's well worth just brewing up, and then I can keg, and then I can flame, and I can jump. So you can see that I've got a little bit of a rotation that goes on. Keg, flame, jump, drink. So that's the simple way of rolling through. You can see that we managed to grab those, very nicely done. Next up there's a team fight in top, so we're going to have to get moving and try and assist. Next then Diablo's being pushed back, the whole team fight going on at the beginning of the team fight, that's very much running on. So I'm going to throw in my keg, fire, and try and jump over before running away, but I'm quite low so I need to drink. And I can also ladder up there at the fountain. Talent time, dodge, or I'm going to go for a flying kick to root target. I'm going to throw in another keg and also get in another drink. So lots of pressure on our top base here. I need to make sure I get out. Oh, I've been thrown over the shoulder by Diablo. Because I ran out of the gate, I've managed to get myself taken down. All of our team dying a little bit too much, shall we say. We can see that our guy on his own is just probably going to take some turrets because the entire team is backing him up. They'll probably get some turrets, but hopefully it will work out about even. Team fighting, flying backwards and forwards, going to have to charge back into the action. We can see that some of their team are very, very low health indeed. Lydium going around the outside. I'm going to go around the outside too to see if we can cut off the retreat of the enemy team. I just hope that Kerrigan is not going to get killed before we get there. So charging up in, what am I going to do? Well, if I keep on my mount, but you can see that Sensibly Muradin is running all the way back. And we at the moment have a combo here, but riding around the back into there, I can then fire breath, I can then jump kick, and there is all down, flying kick, and our team is nicely pushed down. So we can see that Arthas there at the bottom, our entire team now up here. I think that we should probably go. I'm going to try and call and see if we can go and grab the mercenaries to give us a bit of an assist. Ooh, now I've suddenly engaged these mercenaries on my own, so I hope that someone's going to come join me. So let's try it. Chen drinks, the fire breaths, pushing about using my kick first to start with the drinks. So remember that if I drink all the way through, which I do like this, I can actually tank these guys quite well, even though I'm a relatively low level. So kick, drink. It's not the fastest in terms of damage, but note that I'm broadly speaking keeping it all balanced. So kick, drink, keg smash, breath of fire, and then kick, keg smash, kick, drink. What we got going on up here? A little bit of team fighting going on at the top. Arthas coming in. Am I going to stay? I'm actually going to stay on this and hope my team can deal with it. Now you can see, even at level 10 or so, I'm not fully leveled, but Chen's durability when it comes to jungling, really very, very strong. I do agree with you there in the chat that the new death visuals do look very nice indeed. So, churning away, I hope that someone's going to help me here. Nope, Kerrigan's just walked straight past me. Another drink. Oh, come on, and I've just been ninja'd out of it. But I think that my team, hopefully, as I retreat to base, yes, very nicely played. My team managed to come in and help me drive away Diablo, and we've managed to secure that mercenary camp. I spent a lot of time trying to get going, so hooray for that. Here in level 9 to 11, so we need to really make sure that we catch up a bit. The team fighting is not helping us. We need to make sure that we get leveled up a bit as well. So we've got those minions in play. They will be doing a bit of work. Next up, Wandering Keg is my only option I can have. Finally, we have ultimates, so we need to group up on this top lane. And only a couple of minutes before the mines open, two seconds even. So jumping that, we're going to a ninja kick, fire breath, and we've managed to grab Nova. Are they going to go into the mines? They are. I think we should follow them in, and I'm going to hopefully make sure that with my team coming in too. Grabbing there, I need to brew up. I know it's going to be a pain, but Tyranda's got caught. Can we catch up? I think we can. Into a brew down. Lovely, well played. So if we can. Muradin is just going to run in and out. There is Arthas. Let's jump in. I'm going to throw a fire down. I'm going to go some brew, kick, and hopefully drink up and tank and protect myself. I think he can see that, so he's now running away. I'm going to get him. Not quite. Can I follow him out? Oh, there's lots of them there. He's going to get away. And I actually saw that there's a bunch of people coming in. So hopefully, while we've been managing to slow them down, our team have been managing to farm the skulls, and they haven't farmed huge amounts, but hopefully they're going to farm some more. So you can see the pattern of Chen. You need to make sure that you keep brewing away like I'm brewing here. I just need to drink and drink and drink and drink. What I am going to try and do is start farming, but you can see that the enemy team have started farming as well. Camps are disappearing, so we need to make sure that we sort this out. Here, I don't know ultimate there, that's never a good thing. For somebody on the map. I'm going to start farming. We can see the enemy team. We can see my team are trying to get the golem. Oh, they're quite low. Probably need to go and give them an assist. I'm going to try and charge in and see what we can do here. Oh, Diablo killed by neutral click. They are here. So if they wipe our team, then those skulls are really going to matter for not very much. So they know that those are gone. There's only one more pack left. It might be that it's actually better for us to just to sacrifice that last pack rather than try and contest it. So I'm actually going to go back. If their golem is slightly stronger, because we're so even, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference if our team play right. But the main thing is that we get ourselves sorted when it comes to the top of the map being all well and good. So let's guzzle some more brew. Golem time, and 46 to 54, not a huge difference. But it might be time to go and grab some mercenaries. And also make sure that we are farming on the top of the map as well. So the enemy team are going to have to come out somewhere. I'm going to quickly take this opportunity to go and grab more mercenary camps. There we go. Drink. And with my ability, of course, my brew is recovering very, very nicely. Flying kick, drink. Brew. Fire. Kick. Drink. Brew. Fire. Kick. Drink. New talent, flying kick, reduce cooldown on brew state targets and increase slow. I'm going to go for the increase slow because I think that would kind of be handy when it comes to fleeing the team. We're going to need that in this game, I feel. So another shield, brew, fire, kick, drink. So you can see how you're comboing together. I've managed to get that minion camp, but there's problems going on at the top of the enemy golem, so I'm going to run up top and see if I can assist. A little bit of pressure. Oh, 4-man push on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to get biked up and I'm going to get down there ASAP. By bike, I do of course mean horse. Welcome, Flobbit. Great to have you with us. Oh, and that was silly. I've just run myself all the way in. It's some problems. I'm getting burst down. Chen not quite so mobile, and very nice stuns there. I should not have run in from that side at all. 3 down both ways, but we're certainly in some pain. So I should have come from the back rather than from the front. Cool, so as we get ourselves ready to rock steady, it's not looking amazing for our team. You can see that basically we've not really made it. Well, we've got a couple of front bases down. It's doable. They've kind of getting into the stage of penetrating into our, main area of the base. So now would probably be a good time to, again, I'm trying to push the mercenaries. You can see actually we've almost pulled ahead now in terms of hero level, so that is good. We are pretty much there or thereabouts even in terms of levels, although we might be behind in kills. Increase keg smash range, or a combo on next attack after using flying kick.
I like it.
Okay, here we go, so we can come in here and make a full contest. Remember, keg, and then breath, and then kick, and then drink. Keg, and then drink. Here we go. Nice push through the centre of the map here. Maybe we can even go and contest the other mercenaries as well, but we just need to make sure that we don't over push. They're going to the base, there's nothing we're going to do there. I thought that's probably a reasonable play. Jump here. Keg, breath, kick, drink. I'm saying this for my benefit, I do apologise on the stream. Keg, breath, kick, drink. There we go. Ooh, and this is looking messy. We come in from the side, keg, I can breath, I can kick, and I can go into my ultimate. Oh no, I need to drink first. Ooh, right, ready to roll. Rock and roll. There we go, yay! Oh, and of course that knocks them back as well. So I need to do a slow, and then if I can get my kick away, that engages, and there we go, Diablo is down. So nicely played there. Just to get that combo off. So that was loads of fun. There's loads and loads of fun there. So now while everyone else is busy, I'm going to quickly run to the mines and see if I can make the difference for my team, hopefully by farming some camps uncontested. So we can see now how Chen can be a very effective camp clearer. Can you just see how with 3 abilities there I've cleared 1 camp. Let's move to the next. Tassadar is going for that one, so I'll leave that for Tassadar and move on to the next. Keg, into a breath. Oh, I'm drunk. Always drink. That's what I should remember. There we go. So not showing the best clearance because I forgot to drink my brew. You can see that the enemy team, by the looks of things, have gone for or have got the golem. Okay. Unless we've got a big team fight going on here, which we may do. Right, it looks like we've got one there. Looks like there's 3 of them on the top, so I'm just going to flag the top lane. We need to make sure that we don't defend that. So enjoying Chen very much so far. You know, lots of different ways you can have fun with him. He's quite an interactive hero. There's lots of fun abilities that you can use as well. So initial impression is really fun. Oh, entire team flooding out of that top lane. Nova goes into Ghost Form. Pandas is going to go down. I'm going to stuck in on this side of things. Ultimate is called down. Barrel time. Oh, there we go. And we can barrel into that and fire. It looks as though that's got him. Lovely stuff. Absolutely enjoying that. So there we go. Charging, charging. Let's do some brew drinking. Ronic might go down, but while we're at this stage, I think we do need to be concerned with the... Oh, okay. Diablo's trying to say we need to make sure we don't totally ignore the golem. Fair play to Zeratul, Tassadar get killed by minions. So I need to help there. You can't completely, as we said earlier, you can't completely ignore your map mechanics. So if we just ignore this golem, he will trash quite a bit of the base. You can see, causing wrecking and drain. Okay folks, so I do have to move now, I do apologise, I'll just need to go and find another room because I'm on lunch break. So if I have to run out of this room, if the stream goes quiet, or the video you watch on YouTube goes quiet for a few seconds, it's because I'll be packing up and moving to another space to continue. Drinking, getting the brew in, getting stocked up, and I might take this opportunity to grab, as always, some mercenaries. The only challenge of doing the odd lunch break based stream. Oh, and suddenly I'm going to ultimate to run away. Oh, run! Oh, and there goes Syndragosa. while I was looking away for just 1 second to see if someone was going to come in the room that I was in, then my mercenary camp got stolen. So there you go. Borderline between victory and defeat can be a look away for 5 or 10 seconds in a MOBA. Wait for ourselves to respawn. Let's have a look in the chat. Of course, we're live. You may be watching this on YouTube. We're live on twitch.tv/FailCraft Casts a bunch of the time as well. So, having had not the greatest start, I'm kind of making up it back a bit. Obviously, you don't want to die huge amounts, but I could be doing more hero damage and similar as well. But getting used to the style a bit, and we are certainly not out of the game yet. Nice little push by the team on the bottom lane. Nova running around. Okay, so what I'm going to do is probably look 5 seconds to the mines. I may go and engage around the mines while this team fight's going on. Actually, it looks as though our team is kind of outnumbered and could do with a bit of help. They're 4 versus 3 and their health is quite low. So I'm going to come in here and see if I can use my brew to try and slow down the enemy team. So
Slay the undead and claim their skulls, hero.
okay, so here we go. In goes the brew. I'm just going to phone brew. Phone that. And then I'm going to engage keg mode, and note that keg mode also knocks enemy heroes back as well. So I can jump into round. Oh, but it's 4v2, therefore we should run. There's no way, sadly I'm going to rescue Kerrigan there. And the entire enemy team gets into the mines before us. Oh, luckily we've got 2 people in the mines already. At mines. So everyone's going to be coming from the bottom there. What we are going to need to do is jump into the mines and hope that we don't run into any of those enemies. So we know they're all down there. We know that I've just arrived behind them. Ooh, Tassadar has also been killed because everyone's trying to engage from behind. Now, do we have the numbers to win this fight? I don't know. We've got Nova there. I know it's 1, 2, 3 of them, so I'm not going to engage. Okay, yeah, that's a battle we're not going to win. Happily. Ooh, Lydium's trying to do some damage. I could actually... Ooh, no, I'm not going to be able to win that one. But happily, we seem to have got a stronger golem. Ooh. Okay, right. In a bit of trouble there. Diablo's really helped out. Fire breath. I'm going to go in. I'm all out of brew, so this is going to be pretty painful because I'm going to die unless I can ninja kick my way through. Nah, that was a big... fail by our team. Now I shouldn't have engaged solo. We do have a stronger golem, thankfully. And note that they've actually retweaked the amount of skulls that the skull golem also drops. It used to be that if you've got that big golem in the mines, it really made a difference. Now the other camps, if you get all of the other camps, you will have majority of skulls. I think it used to be 50 for the original golem, the big skull golem, and then less for all of the rest.